Hello everybody, welcome back to this week's episode of Pretty Lonesome. As you may observe, this week I'm joining you in a rather official capacity, and I hope that you all have picked up on that through observation of my rather lovely t-shirt. And if you didn't notice, please take a moment to notice now. Thank you. This is not a promotion for Calvin Klein, but this is a Calvin Klein. Isn't it rather lovely? They sent it to me as a gift for either Christmas or New Year's, and I just got it the other day because I just got back to Los Angeles. And I think it's rather nice. Now, one of my New Year's resolutions, because this is my first episode back after the New Year, one of my New Year's resolutions was to stop not wearing the nice things that I own, because I always am like, oh, that's so nice. I'll wait until there's a really nice moment to wear it. And I just have loads of nice things that I've just literally never worn. And so when I got this, I was like, I'm just going to wear that when I've got the occasion for it, because it's so nice. And like, okay, it's kind of annoying me that I'm sitting down because it's like way cuter when I stand up. I was like, I don't know, I'm going to wear it for the podcast. Anyway, shut up, no one cares. Happy New Year, what the fuck? And Merry Christmas. Sorry that I was not here for it, but we're back. Oh, I've actually got coffee. Okay, now it feels like an episode of Pretty Lonesome. Okay. So let's get serious. You'll observe I've brought two things to show and tell this week. These are for later, okay? Because this week I thought we would do something fun and a bit different. Why do I feel like I'm hosting a class right now? I got this idea from my friend where she was like, one of my New Year's resolutions is to clear out my digital clutter. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, digital clutter? She was like, my camera roll is from like 5 years. I've got all this stuff in my phone and I don't want it on there because it's just so much stuff and I don't need it. She was like, so I'm clearing out the clutter of my digital life. And I was like, I didn't know we could do this. So the idea is that you put all of your stuff on a hard drive, and I was inspired because I have my camera roll goes back to 2016. So essentially I'm going to clear all of that after this episode, and it's no longer going to even exist digitally. It's not going to be in the iCloud. It's not going to be in my phone. It's only going to exist physically somewhere very hidden. And I'm going to make a couple backup copies because I did deep dive on Reddit about, is any physical disk actually that reliable for data storage? Like, can something bad happen within the disk itself and everything gets deleted? And the answer from Reddit was, there is no 1000% reliable physical hard drive. And I think that is insane because, like, what's the point in having a hard drive then? So I'm going to make multiple copies. No one cares. No one's interested. The point is, this week I am going to be going through the last 12 months of my camera roll from January 2025 to December 2025, and I am going to randomly select pictures or videos, whatever I land on, and I have no choice but to show you what it is unless I'm naked in it, in which case I'll just watch it and I won't show you. But my biggest regret of 2025 was that I did not show anything of my life really online. I mean, I come here and I talk about it, but I never really show it because, well, there's a million reasons why. No one cares about any of them. But it's a big regret of mine, and I think that this would be a fun way to slightly ease that regret. But going into 2026, I'm going to show you bitches everything I do. This is my year. I'm feeling it. Can you tell by my t-shirt? So we're going to start. I'm going to go to January 2026 of my camera roll, and we're going to scroll, and then we're going to go through for each month and talk about whatever it is I find and debrief. This is a 2025 debrief because a lot went on that year and I didn't tell you guys about a lot of it. So now that it's all said and done, let's talk our shit. Come on. So, okay, 2025. I hate the new Apple update, by the way. I can never find anything in my fucking camera roll. I can never find anything anywhere. January 2025. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to pick something to land on. What do we have here? Oh, we have a selfie, of course. By the way, my nose is running because I'm ill. And I've been ill twice in the last month. I'm going to put the picture over the screen. Well, my magician is. So, let's talk about this. When was this taken? 14th of January, 2025 at a ripe 11 a.m. Where was I? Paris, Las Vegas Hotel and Casino. Paris, Las Vegas, right by the Las Vegas Eiffel Tower, I remember. Why was I in Las Vegas in January of 2025? Well, the fires had happened in California and we were evacuated from our house. And so I went in my truck. I went and I picked up my friend. We went in my truck and we drove, I think we went as far as Colorado. We were just like, why don't we just road trip? fuck it. And we stayed in a bunch of hotels. The first stop was Vegas. I vlogged it. The funny thing about this trip that nobody knows is, do you guys remember when I first moved to LA, I posted a TikTok and I was like, should I go on a date with this guy? He sent me a pitch deck. Do you guys remember pitch deck guy? There was this guy, I went to the club. It was actually Alex Earl's Halloween party. It was like the first week I moved to LA. And actually this person, pitch deck, was the first person I met in LA. Everyone, like obviously I knew Alex, but she didn't live here. And I didn't have any local friends other than Tara. So he was the first guy that I really met. And then the fires happened in early January 2025. I filmed that whole road trip vlog where I like packed up the bags and I was clearly with someone in all of the vlogs because someone was filming. But I cut all of him out. I cut around his reflection. I cut any times that he would speak. I'm not kidding. That vlog took me days to edit just because I had to look for his reflection in every car window, in everything, because it was very important to me at the time that was done. But, and I never fessed up to who it was, but it was Pitch Deck Guy. And to this day, Pitch Deck Guy is actually one of my really good friends. We're still friends to this day. I love him. He is one of the most insane people that I know. He's a tech bro and he currently resides in San Francisco. Like he's a full-blown tech bro. Obviously, by the fucking pitch deck, you could probably tell that he was a tech bro. He's a finance tech bro VC, and I love him. Yeah, I love him. So anyway, that was my big secret at the time, was that the guy on the road trip with me was pitch deck, and I never told you guys that. And to answer the question on everyone's minds, when he sent me the pitch deck, which date did I choose? Because he gave me 3 options, if we all remember. He told me that we could go drink driving, by which he meant get drunk in a Waymo. We could play, I think it was Call of Duty at his house or Fortnite or something. Come on now. I respect the effort though. I mean, not the effort, but I respect the attempt. And the third one was, I think, dinner. I chose none of those. Instead, what I opted for, which I will also insert some imagery from, was around the time that I went on my first date with this guy, I had invested in a pair of Heelys. I'm very passionate about Heelys, but I was particularly passionate about them in January. Now, I already knew what this guy's house looked like because I had gone to an afters there one time. The first day that I met him, nothing like that. I got Taco Bell and I went home with some girls, but it was at his house. So I already knew that he had some lovely wooden flooring, okay? So he asks me on a date. I'm like, yeah, but I don't like your options. I appreciate the effort, but I have something else in mind. Also, my thing is, I'm not trying to go to a man's house alone if I really don't know you. Like, come on now, let's have a little bit of critical thinking skills. I'm going to meet you in a neutral third location where you've not stashed maybe knives under your pillow. I mean, not that he would, but you know what I'm saying? I usually don't just rock up to a man's house by myself if I really don't know him. General rule of thumb as a woman. So without asking, I tell Toa, my best friend, the artist, I love her, we're going on a date. You're coming on my date with me to this guy's house. Bring your Heelys. So we rock up to this guy's house, holding hands, Heelys strapped to our fucking feet. He opened the door, I'm not kidding, we wheeled past him. Thing 1 and thing 2, and then we set about playing and having fun. So I will put in a video, when I tell you we were up and down this man's fucking living room for hours. He then pulled out a mattress, some spare mattress that he had lying around his house, and he put it up against this big fireplace that he had so that we could go extra fast and have a crash landing. It was the best date of my entire life. I never even spoke to him. I literally just like whizzed around his fucking house on Heelys for hours. And he like put on music for us. He let us DJ. We listened to Justin Bieber. So it was an incredible evening. I had fun. I had fun. I had loads of fun. And yeah, and we're still friends to this day, thank God. But that, for reference, okay, that is how I be treating men. Yes, we can go on a date. What do your floors look like, out of curiosity? Wood or carpet? Because if it's carpet, I can't come. I got something else in mind. But yeah, had loads of fun. That was a great date. So long story short, that was what I was in Vegas with when I took this here picture in Las Vegas in January. Okay, let's do February. Good. February 2025. Okay, this one is a little bit low-key kind of gross, but this was my skin. This was my skin on the 10th of February 2025. I still have really bad scarring from this phase. My skin did not get better until very recently, and even now I have a big like cysty one forming right here. I have some spots down here. It's a work in progress, but it is not this bad, so that's good. I remember being so unhappy around this time. Oh my God. I mean, I had some demons to clear out of my life that I didn't have the strength to in February of this year, so demons show through your skin, my friends, if you know what I mean. Thank God that's over. Okay, let's see, March 2025. Oh, Miami Beach. Okay, sunbathing in Miami Beach. What was going on this time? This was a trip that I took to Miami with Unwell, my podcast network. This trip, yeah, there's still things I have to keep secret about this trip. Some things will never be said, but like this trip, I'm going to be very honest. Probably will regrettably be this honest, but probably to my own detriment. But this trip was, I think they call it a hoe phase, I think. And I was in Miami. So I was like, right place, right time. And I did, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm not saying that this is admirable. There was this guy and like, I would see him all the time and like, we would flirt, but like nothing ever happened. And I was like, it's just one of those things. Like, it's like fun to see people like that. Cause you're like, okay, we'll flirt tonight, but that's it, And I ended up bumping into him in Miami, but there was this other guy who I was also flirting with, and I love them both. I have so much love to give. You know what I mean? So I just got a big heart. I got a big heart on me. So there was then two of them, but unfortunately, as it goes, they know each other. So it's like, well, now what? I've got to now pick, but I don't want to. Anyway, without making myself out to be an absolute villain, I didn't make any decisions. I mean, I did. I made a certain decision. And that decision was, I love you both equally. And that transpired then into one of the most awkward breakfasts of my entire life, where I was sat with one of my agents. We were having breakfast. God, I really shouldn't put this on the internet. I was having breakfast with one of my agents, and both of them came and sat down. And I remember looking at her like, this is awkward for me. And I remember she like looked at me like, why is this awkward for you? And then I could see like the cogs turning behind her eyes of like, she's sensing the tensions. Like both of these men were about to kill each other or me. I'm down for it. Like, I'm down to see either happen, but it's like, it was so awkward and so fun. I love being a girl. Okay. January, February, March, April, 2025. Let's see. This is Coachella. This is me and Millie on, I think, the last day of Coachella. What you can't see in this picture is the fact that I had been... Now, I want to preface this by saying this is very unlike me, and also not just because I think that it's bad or wrong, but because I'm usually not physically capable. But I had been drunk. In this picture, I was drunk and had been drunk for 3 entire days, almost without a break. I also had not been hungover. It was very, very weird. At Coachella, I was in love with 2 people, irrevocably so, like in love with them. And I'm in love with everybody that I ever speak to, by the way, but like, no, there's no but, I just am. And I was in love with 2 people at this point in time, which made for a very stressful Coachella weekend, because only one of them was at Coachella, so it was half the fun. I didn't sleep. I was drunk for 3 straight days. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, no, there was nothing that notable that happened this year at Coachella, but I had a lot of fun, kind of. I never really know if I have fun at Coachella. I don't think I like it there. It's just like, I just have FOMO at the concept of not going. So that's why it's fun. The fun is because, no, you know what, it is fun. It's fun. It's fun. There's nothing to complain about, is there? I had fun. That's it. Okay. April, January, February, March, April, May. Okay. This was a stupid night. This was a stupid fun night. This was the 20th of May, 2025. What was this? It was Owen Thiel. Oh, it was the adults. It was like a premiere of adults. And I'm friends with Owen, so I had gone to see that. And I've never been to any form of a premiere ever. Because they're usually like these big things with red carpets, and it's like, why would I go? I have nothing to do with this. But obviously, because it was a thing to do with Owen, and it was in LA, and it was like a smaller thing, I was like, of course I'm going to go. And we got to like watch it. It was a really good night. Now, My general rule of thumb for industry events is don't get drunk. Obviously, like you've got, like it's fun and everyone drinks, especially in LA, like you go to these things, everyone's drinking, there's always an open bar and it's like, I don't partake because I am such an idiot when I'm drunk. I know myself too well. And it's like, it's not even when I'm drunk because I rarely actually get drunk. I just only ever really get tipsy. I'm out of control from the first sip. The things that I know I shouldn't say, the people that I know I shouldn't say them to, guess what? It's happening. So I very strictly enforce this rule upon myself of you're not allowed to see alcohol, not even look at it, don't smell it, don't look at it, don't get close to it. Okay? At any kind of event where something I say or someone I speak to might matter. I exclusively drink only if I'm going out or sometimes in my room by myself. But like I do it only among friends because I just know myself. I know myself. But this day I had a friend in town and they're from London. And I'm with Toa as well, and our friend. And because they're from London and they're staying with us in LA, we're trying to show them a good time, obviously, you know. And I wanted to go to this premiere to see what adults was all about. So I'm like, guys, just come with me. So we go and there's an open bar. Now, they can drink. It's nothing on me if they drink. But obviously then I got FOMO. So I got a drink. And I was like, it's fine. I'm with my people. I'm not going to get drunk. Like, I'll be fine. You know, I'm like lying. I'm like, I'm going to be no, I'm not even speaking to anyone. Like, I know I normally don't let myself drink, but like, I'm just going to have one drink, watch this thing. It's a comedy. It's funny. It's loose. And we'll be on our way. I don't want to not have a drink if my friends have one. So anyways, what ended up happening was right off of the side of the room where the premiere is happening, there was a couple of pool tables and a karaoke machine. Now, why is this in the same building? I don't know. They were literally asking for me to do this, but obviously, we hop on karaoke. After the premiere is finished, we obviously watched the whole thing. But at this point, I'm a drinking. There's a karaoke machine right there, okay? And everyone is talking and mixing, and why wouldn't you at that point start singing karaoke, right? We get on the karaoke machine. The woman at the karaoke thing, she's like, you know those funky hats? We're like, what? She's like, yeah, those funky hats. You want to put some on? Now I'm a sailor. Sorry, Owen. I had so much fun. The adults is incredible, and congratulations. And thank you for the karaoke bar because I really did have a good time. And there was a pool table and we were playing pool. That's why I don't drink at events because that was me one drink in and like we're actually like, I'm like hitting the balls in, but I'm clenching the pool cue in my butthole. Like what's going on at that point? That's why I don't drink at events, okay? Because I cannot control myself. And then we went to Barney's, which is like this infamous kind of bar in LA. Love it there. And I met this tiny dog. Someone just like walked up to me and pulled this dog out their bag and just like put it in my arms. It was so good. April, May, June 2025. God, I really don't know how the months work. I'm going to have to blur some faces in this one. But this was, I want to say Stussy, but I could be so wrong. It was Fête de la Musique is this thing that happens in Paris, and it's this big music festival, but it's in the streets of Paris. And the way it works is like companies, brands, people, whatever, they'll get like some kind of a DJ setup, put it in the street, and then everyone walks between DJ setups. The streets are packed. It's like a big city thing. It's a bit like Notting Hill Carnival if you've ever been in London. It's like, I mean, it's different, but it's similar vibes. And we went to that last year. I vlogged it actually, but I didn't vlog any of the good stuff. Although this particular night in that picture was actually a horrible night for me. And I did, in fact, go to bed early and crying. So, but I can't tell you why. Sorry, can't tell you why. But that was really fun. It was a fun trip, kind of. June, July. Have you guys ever been in bed with a guy or a girl? Have you ever like been in bed with someone and they just won't stop showing you their camera roll? What is that disease called? It's insane. It's insane. And by the way, it's all men. It's all men that do that. I thought that might stop when I kind of got to a position where I could wrangle some real baddies into my bedroom. No, they do it as well, which is interesting. Really interesting. In fact, if anything, they're worse. But it's interesting because it's like, I'm literally like your fan and you should not be showing me your camera roll. Hey, I mean, you shouldn't be in my bed in the first place. Getting you here was like a low-key calculated effort from me since I was like 14. And you shouldn't be. You gotta be really careful. There's some real creeps out here. Anyways, let's see. Oh, this is me and Tara at the 4th of July party, which was a day party and a pool party. I remember me and Toa went to this together and we both rocked up and we'd been sat in the garden for maybe 10 minutes and she told me, I need to go get something from your car. I'll be right back. And so she goes out to the street to get something from the car. And it was like a little bit like we were kind of not by ourselves. Obviously, we knew a bunch of people at the party, but we were being a little bit recluse at the start. By the time she got back, I was in a bikini in the swimming pool. And I remember she looked at me and she was like, bitch, like, you're joking. Like, this is the kind of day we're going to do, because I was drinking, obviously. And I refused to get out the pool from that point forward. Again, one White Claw in, I cannot be stopped. Okay, let's see, July, August 2025. Oh my God, this is me crouched in a ball in Florence for my mum's birthday trip, watching the final of The Summer I Turned Pretty with my little cousins who did not understand enough about the world to be Team Conrad. Oh my God, it was so frustrating. I have this adorable, adorable baby cousin. She's not really a baby anymore. No, she is. She's always going to be a baby. She's 15, which is crazy. But her, my auntie, and my uncle were Team Jeremiah, and they thought Conrad was ugly. And I swear to God, I nearly fell out with them over it, for real. Because I was like, you guys can't set this example to your teenage daughter that Team Jeremiah is an okay thing to be. Like, I genuinely got wound up over it. And then I had to be like, you know what, this isn't worth it. And also, this is my auntie and uncle. Like, let's all take a step back. But I'm still confused about that. You know, I might give her a phone call tonight and just cuss her out over it. That's what family does, isn't it? Right, August, or January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Uh-oh, we're entering scary territory because I was literally gonna kill myself. Kidding, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Let's see, shall we? September 2025. Oh, this is... oh my goodness. Guys, I hated September, so I'm gonna say like bad things now. You guys remember I posted that vlog from Paris where I was like crying and stuff? Well, all of these pictures are just equally as depressing. I don't wish because I have control and I could make it so, but I choose not to. But it would be interesting. I'm just not going to. If I wanted to tell you why I was crying in Paris, we could have a really fun podcast. But I can't, so that just sucks. Sorry. But even though I fully sobbed on camera, I somehow still played down the demonic forces that were at play. Fucking Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week 2025. Brother, oh my God. I think someone's pulling into my driveway. Okay, wait. Fun. I got a package. It was the FedEx lady, who, by the way, I absolutely adore. It's always the same one, and I love her. Okay, wait. Unboxing. You guys. Oh my God. Okay, if you saw my Instagram stories, I left this in my hotel room a few days ago when I was leaving New York. And I'm never apart from her. Like, I am so deeply attached to this water bottle. It is my source of safety in the world. And it just feels like it's part of me. It's like worse than leaving my phone somewhere, I think. Maybe not, but like, it's in that category for me. And I realized the second I got in my car to the airport that I didn't have it with me. But I was running so late that I didn't even have time to run back into the hotel and grab it. I was like, I just have to go, and I'm just going to hope that somehow I can fix this. I was like, it was like 6 a.m. So I was like, I'm sure I can like send someone in New York to like go grab it for me and hold on to it till I'm next in the city. You know what I mean? But then I emailed the hotel to ask them not to throw it away and just like to hold it for me when they clean the room. And they were like, we can FedEx it to you. They gave me 3 options. They said they can overnight it, they can 2-day ship it, or they can do a saver thing, probably like a week, like the saver option. I said, overnight that shit. Overnight it immediately. I can't be without. Hello. And I'm not going to lie. I think I have a problem because last night I just got back to LA yesterday, by the way. And I was about to go to bed and I thought about how this would have been alone in some kind of shipping container and I genuinely felt maternal. Like I had this like gut feeling right here of like, oh my God, I hope she's not like scared, like she's so by herself in a foreign place right now, which is a problem I should address. But hello, this needs to go in the dishwasher because it hasn't been cleaned and I don't know, we don't need to talk about how long it's been since I washed this, but hello, my little baby. Anyway, moving on. what was this? September 2025. Oh, I didn't finish my story. Yeah, there were demonic forces at play for me, Fashion Week 2025. It was not good. Anyway, September, October. You know what I'm gathering from this whole experiment is that I need to leave the house a lot more. Okay, so this is unfortunately still Fashion Week, the same week. It's just now the October version. So still demonic forces at play for these pictures. This was, see, I'm going to have to blur this out because it is fully my journal, but I will read you a little excerpt from it, okay? Just to give you an idea. Just to give you an idea, right? I was doing this exercise called the feeling wheel, okay? The feeling wheel, I'm going to put a picture of, basically gives you every category. I actually really recommend you guys do this. Well, let me not recommend anything. I don't know you, but like, I recommend everyone uses the feeling wheel. It gives you every like name of emotion in big and then in condensed categories. So you can see, but like for sadness, it then breaks it up into smaller and smaller components so that you can find the correct words to explain your emotions, which for me is the most important thing. When I'm trying to write and I feel a lot, I get very frustrated because I feel like I misrepresent myself on paper. And one thing that I really get very upset about is if I feel misrepresented, if something that I said hasn't been understood in the way that I meant it, or if I do injustice to myself when I'm trying to tell a story of what happened, especially if that thing was painful or unfair. I get very frustrated if I can't properly articulate that. And so I really struggle to write when I'm feeling a lot of negative emotions because I feel like I can't find the words. And so this like saved my fucking life because it means that I was able to sit down and I basically, for each individual word around the whole board, I wrote how I feel about that exact word in context to what I was going through that week. And it was really like a life-changing exercise for me. And I wrote, just give you a little taster, right? Under shameful's subheading, I selected regretful. I said I was regretful of traumatizing myself. And I said I felt guilty for allowing pain to be a reality for me. And I feel neglected because I felt discarded once my usage to someone had run out or was no longer viable. Then I was not treated like a human being. But the real reason that I was so angry about feeling neglected in this context was because I had effectively bled myself dry for someone who had then essentially just like discarded of me once they weren't getting a certain hit anymore. And that is incredibly frustrating of an experience. And that's just the page that I had taken a picture of for whatever reason in my journal. And that was the morning of the Dior show, right? That was the morning of, like 4 a.m. in the morning of the day that I went to Dior. No, I'm lying. That was the morning of, like 4 a.m. the morning of the day that I went to the Acne Studio show. And I mean, I feel like I still look kind of cute at the Acne show, but that whole fashion month was like a bust for me. I just looked so chopped in every picture because I was just like low-key actually dying. November 2025. But we're doing a lot better now, so that's great. Oops. November 2025. What is that? Oh, this is my Din Tai Fung. Yum, yum, yum. Din Tai Yum. This is just my Din Tai Fung food. I just ate a lot of it one day, apparently. 13th of November in New York City. This was like the other week. Fucking hell, life is moving so fast. Oh my god, I saw a TikTok, November, December. I saw this TikTok of a girl being like, does life feel like it's moving faster for everybody? Is it just that we're older and our relativity in terms of like time and like we've been alive for longer so the time feels shorter because that's literally how that works? Or could it be that the fabric of our universe is actually changing because we're moving closer to a black hole and so maybe things are different? And I was like, oh, it had never occurred to me, and I wish she didn't say that, but it had never occurred to me that the fabric of our universe can change, spontaneously change and disintegrate, and that can absolutely affect our reality and our perception of it. And yeah, fuck, maybe time is moving faster because I'm getting older, or maybe the entire universe as we know it is changing. And I wish she didn't say that. I really wish she had not said that. Some thoughts you guys need to keep to yourself. Sorry, but like, come on now. Journal it. Yeah? All right, thank you. November. Oh, it's Zabe and Elliot. Oh my god, my two best friends from university and their little hot chocolates. This was my recent trip to Canterbury. Wait, this is December. Oh, we just did November. Did we? Yeah. This is Zabe and Elliot. I recently just went to Canterbury with them. And that's where we went to university, and we basically just walked around for 2 days and saw everything again and hung out, because now they both live up north in England, and like that's just like so far away from me. So I never make it up there to go see them, because every time I visit home, I have so many people that I need to like do my rounds on because I don't live there anymore. And it's just like, I always run out of time to see the people that I really want to see. And like even when I was there for Christmas, I was there for 2 weeks. Every single day was like booked for me. Like I was like doing something every single day to make sure that I like tend to the relationships that I love in the proper way, because that's very important to me. And when I'm visiting, I know that I obviously have a limited time to do that. And this was, let me show you, this is a picture where basically where we're sat in this picture is where we always used to sit. These are the stairs outside of our flat. So our flat, like the door behind us in this picture is the kitchen. And then in front of us, you can't see, is a door to the bedrooms. Because we lived in this shitty fucking accommodation. So you'd have to go like outside and up the stairs to get to the kitchen. And so we would just spend our lives wrapped up in blankets, sitting on these stairs and talking. I mean, or we'd go in the kitchen, but whatever, like everybody smoked. So we would be out here. And we went back and they'd left the doors open to the accommodation. So obviously we just walked right in and sat on the stairs again. And it was so cute. And it was like, they're just still there. I always think that's so weird. Like you move away, you build a life for yourself, you experience everything. And those stairs are still just like right where you left them. You can just go sit on them again. Like you've been here the whole time. I've been out seeing the world and stuff. I moved to LA and you're still right here. You're just here being stared. I kind of feel bad for them. Must be boring. Anyway, New Year's resolutions. Be organized. I'm sick of myself. I got this. 'Tis a planner. Observe. It's a little tiny planner with these, look, you rip off the page, the corner of the page. I don't know if you can see that. You rip off the corner of the page, right? And then you can easily flip to the day that you want to be on. And then it's a week. It's like this. So 3 days this page, 4 days this page. It's a bit small. I kind of regret getting one this small. Turns out I do a lot, and not everything is always fitting on the pages like this one, but it's okay. It's fine. Basically, I felt there was this really crazy moment where when I was home for the holidays, I wanted to bring all of my old journals over to LA with me. So I went into my big secret box that I've always kept in my bedroom full of all my old journals. And I was putting them in my suitcase, and I found a planner, my 2022 planner. So like I would write all my deadlines in there for uni, and like all of my plans would go in my planner. That's what that's for, right? And it was a bigger one. It was like the moleskin one. And I was like, I wonder what I was doing in 2022. Like I wonder what commitments I had. So I start flipping through it. 2022 is the year that my life completely changed. It's the year that like TikTok became my thing. And I went from being a university student to planning to go on and do another degree after I was graduating that summer. I was going to go right back to university or get a job. I hadn't decided which one, but I would have done both essentially. And then within only a few months, like that all just kind of fell away and I started doing something different. And I didn't know this because I never thought about it before, but you can see that happen in my commitments. Like it goes from like meeting with my classmates and like dissertation draft number 3 due and like review with this teacher. And then you start to see things creeping in, like going to London. Maybe at the weekend I would have run up to London because there would have been an event, which I never did because the train was 40 fucking pounds. So that was like massive for me to be able to, like, that being in my diary is like, something's changing, like something's changing. After I had submitted my dissertation, other things start creeping in, like flight to Paris or spending more time in London. And like I literally watched in a matter of, I think it was about 4 months, I could literally watch like my life begin. It was so weird. And it goes from like February of 2022 was the first time that I like went to London for anything related to social media. And by, I want to say by March, April, May, June, I graduated in June. And by June, I had things in my planner like going to France, going to Spain, and hanging out with all these new names that had never been in anything before. Like literally, it was so crazy reading over it. I was like, I didn't know it was that fast. Like I have no memory. I have no fucking memory. Other New Year's resolutions. I purchased a gratitude journal because I hate feeling like I'm being a negative person, but I love writing with no force or intention behind how I sound. This is my journal where I write absolutely everything all of the time. Like, I'll show you this. I got this on the 8th of December. It's now the 9th of January. So it's exactly a month old. This is how much of it I have filled out. Like, that's how much I like to write right now anyway. I don't want to be speaking in a tone of voice that's fake positive. I don't want to feel like I have to misrepresent anything, but I also want to feel like it got to the point where I'm writing so much, but a lot of it is on the more, not negative side, but it's more like I write to process things. So a lot of the time I'm writing things that are either really great because I want to remember them, or something where I'm like working through an emotion, you know? And I was like, that's great as long as it leads to progress. I'm not just ruminating for no reason, but like, that's great. But at a certain point, because I'm doing it so much, is it affecting my fucking brain that I'm never writing about how great life is just for the sake of it? Because like, I'm building neural pathways with this shit and it's great, but I was like, I think I clinically need to accompany it with some intentional gratitude. But I was like, I'm not doing that in here because this is what I seize, I write. So I was like, I need to get another journal where I just force myself to talk about gratitude, because I never do that. I'm a very grateful person, but I never write about it because I write about whatever I want. And it's usually, I guess I'm not very great. I don't know. I just like don't write about gratitude ever. I write with another intention. And I don't quite know what that intention is, but I just write what I want. Anyway, went out yesterday, went to Moleskine because I needed to fight off some jet lag. So I went to Westfield at like fucking 6 p.m. when I was gonna fall asleep. And I bought a gratitude journal from Moleskine, a little skinny, like disposable looking one. And now I'm gonna keep it and try and do it daily, where I write a bunch of things I'm grateful for and why. Because also what I've realized, because I gratitude journaled for the first time this morning. Yeah. And what I realized while doing that is that gratitude is a very strong feeling. Like a lot of this, I don't really feel that much when I write, or I'm trying to process a feeling I've already experienced. And it maybe just like makes me feel relief. But like, there's not a lot that I ever journal about that is a feeling in and of itself, but gratitude is. Like, I was getting so hyped up when I was writing about this gratitude. I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. And I was like, whoa, this is really good for me. Like, this is like free serotonin. Because by the way, I've learned, very unfortunately, that I'm like there's a percentage of people in the world who are quite literally like allergic to SSRIs. I'm one of them. I tried to go on SSRIs. I've now tried all of the different groups of SSRIs, and all of them genuinely nearly kill me. Like, I'm not even going to talk about what happened to me when I last tried an SSRI. It was a couple months ago. It was really bad. It's not that I'm alert, and like there is a period of time where you have to push through getting on an SSRI, because like with a lot of new medication, your body can just like be weird on it for a few weeks or a month, and then it tapers out. Mine was, whatever happens to me when I get on SSRIs, multiple of them, is not something that can be endured. So had to get off that, and I'm really annoyed. And I have a psychiatrist, and she was, I don't think you can be on SSRIs. And I was like, what the fuck? Because I would love to be on an SSRI at this point. I do think it would benefit me, but I can't, which sucks. So I've got to gratitude journal instead. Okay. And I just have to hope that that's enough. The SSRI thing is actually really annoying though. I've tried multiple, and it's always the same, and I can't do it. So, and I tried to push through really hard. The last time I tried, I was on it for like, I think I made it to week 2. And then I was like, I physically can't do another day of this. I have to stop immediately. And I stopped. So that was good. At least I tried. My coffee's gone cold. Oh, did you guys hear that? Gurgled. What else can I talk about? Can you guys tell me what your New Year's resolutions are? Because I feel like I have a good spread, but I don't have very many that are actionable right now, which I don't like. Like, I have like big goals. I think I have more New Year's goals and things I want to achieve by the end of the year. And I know how to start working toward them. But I always say New Year's resolutions are more attainable if you set small ones and then you do them monthly. Like a new month resolution. I think I spoke about this like last New Year's, where I was like, I'm setting new month resolutions because otherwise I'm going to get overwhelmed and I'm not going to do anything. Well, guess what? I didn't do that. I did not do that. I am a big believer, okay, in the spring equinox, okay, which I feel like is a really obvious statement. For me, I like to value New Year's as more of like a collective energy reset, which I think is nice, but also as a really good motivator for the start of like a 2 to 3 month cycle before the spring equinox, where you can build a really strong, very cohesive, very clear, because of the 1st of January. It does feel nice. Like, it's definitely trained into our nervous systems to value the 1st of January or to hate it. But I think that's good because then you have this period before the spring equinox where you can start to lay a really stable foundation of rebirth, because it's always hard to start new habits and to build new routines, and like working on that to then hit the spring equinox and actually be in a position to be like rebirthed and be new and move with nature. Like, that's good. That's kind of how I value the new year. So if you care. But I don't have very many like immediately actionable New Year's resolutions. One of mine was to watch 15 movies, because I'm not a movie person. I've never watched movies, and I really want to, because I've also started reading a lot more fiction because I think I can learn a lot from it. I've already watched 5 movies and it's January 9th, so that's cool. My favorite of the ones that I watched was She Rides Shotgun, which was actually really graphic and kind of disgusting, but it was a really, really good movie. And I also watched Anemone, which I honestly didn't like very much, but I think I only didn't like it. There's some things that I don't like, and I'm like, it's because I'm missing something. Yeah, like, this is my fault for not liking it. Like, it's a beautifully shot, obviously deep meaning movie, and it's just like, I'm just confused because I just didn't get it. It's not necessarily a bad movie. I'm in the wrong, you know. Oh, Love, Roses with Olivia Colman and Benedict Cumberbatch. Fucking hilarious movie. Highly recommend if you would like a giggle and also think Benedict Cumberbatch is a good actor. Because I was gonna say hot and I had to replace it with good actor, which is like, who am I to say that Benedict Cumberbatch is a good or bad actor? Do you know what I mean? What's my qualification there? But it's like, I don't get the he's hot thing. His face is too long. I love him. I love Benedict Cumberbatch. I love everything he's in. I love watching him on a screen. Do you know what? He is hot. I'm gonna take it back. I've never thought about it before. No, I've thought about it for long and hard. Everyone was in love with him when he was in Sherlock, and I never got it. But he is, as he ages, I think he's becoming more attractive to me. Let's rate Benedict Cumberbatch on a scale of 1 to 10. He's a 7. Yeah? Olivia Colman, obviously an 11. Well, anyways, this felt like a great catch-up episode. Here's to 2026. I hope you guys had a nice New Year's. I stayed in. I was on the couch with my mummy and my friend Paloma, and we brought in the New Year together, which was really cute. That's what I do every New Year's. Let me know what your New Year's resolutions are, because I'm going to steal some of them for my own and compete with you inside of my own head to see who can do it better. Love you so much. Happy New Year. Happy holidays, even though they're kind of over now, but Happy New Year anyway. And I love you. I love you very much. Thanks for watching. I'll see you same time, same place next week. And let me know again how we feel about the garage, because it's cold as fuck in here. So if you prefer the car, I don't mind going back in there, but let me know. I feel like this is fun. I like having a desk, although I did fuck up the lighting this week, huh? It's maybe a bit off. Okay, I love you guys. See you next week. Oh, I'll give you a New Year's kiss. Okay, love you. See you next week. Bye.